Welcome to this video on the new blueprint for engineering in the AI era. In this new blueprint, the focus is shifting from syntax mastery to system judgment. We are moving beyond merely technical implementation toward an outcome-driven agency. The era of agentic AI is not replacing engineers. It is decoupling the act of producing code from the creation of business value. This shift is what we call the great decoupling of code and value. Historically, value was deterministic, derived from code. Today, it is probabilistic, shaped by data and complex feedback loops. The inputs and syntax, which involve routine boilerplate and stack knowledge, are highly susceptible to AI automation. Human value is soaring in outcomes and judgment, focusing on problem definition, trade-off management, and business ROI. Great engineers are increasingly judged on what happens because of what they build, not just what they build. Next, we will look at navigating the outcome-driven paradigm. Legacy engineering values code volume and syntax. Outcome-driven engineering emphasizes business ROI and problem resolution. The starting point for legacy engineering is tech stack selection. For outcome-driven engineering, it is strategic objective. In the legacy model, AI's role is code completion. In the outcome-driven model, AI assists with reasoning and architectural validation. The evaluation in legacy engineering is the output or features shipped. In outcome-driven engineering, the evaluation is the outcome. What changed? The uncomfortable reality is that implementation is becoming a commodity. Next, reversing engineering success to prevent cognitive fixedness. To define success, we must consider the end state and work backward. For example, creating a mock press release detailing what the world looks like live. The first step in reverse engineering is to define success, or the end. This means asking, what does the world look like live? Next, identify the last step by asking, what was the final action required to achieve the defined success? Then, retrace to the present by mapping dependencies backward in time. After retracing, identify trade-offs by considering what was explicitly chosen not to do. Finally, set North Star goals as the start, which involves identifying the minimum evidence of success. This process is similar to reverse prompt engineering, where we analyze an AI's output to infer the underlying logic, rather than just blindly accepting the artifact. Let's summarize the blueprint for outcome-driven engineering in the AI era. The core of the blueprint is the great decoupling, separating code production from business value creation. The key is shifting from a focus on code volume and syntax to business ROI and strategic objectives. Defined by outcome-driven agency, where great engineers are judged by what happens because of what they build. We achieve this by practicing system judgment and using AI as a co-pilot for reasoning and architectural validation. The methodology is to reverse engineer success to prevent cognitive fixedness. Technical debt is often seen as a coding issue, but at its core, it's a human behavioral problem. The tech debt onion illustrates that technical debt arises from multiple layers. This includes individual biases and emotions, team culture, organizational incentives, economic pressure, and broader wicked problems. It is important to recognize that technical debt is not merely bad code. It is the future work created by prioritizing a short-term, expedient solution today. To manage technical debt effectively, you should treat refactoring like a house painter treats scaffolding. Roll the cost of debt into the cost of new features. The Strategic Leadership Blueprint for Resource Allocation and the 20/80ths Rule Guide Investment. 20% of capacity is reserved for foundational work, and 80% flows into the Strategic Zone Matrix for new work, maintenance, and deprecation. Focus on operationalizing habits for productive teams. The fastest way to help developers ship higher quality code is by reducing organizational cognitive load. One key habit is code-first mornings. This involves prioritizing technical problem solving for the first 20 to 60 minutes of the day before administrative tasks drain mental energy. Another habit is deep work protection, using brain bandwidth mapping to identify and eliminate costly context switching. Next, implement the 30-minute tinker, which is daily dedicated time to test new AI tools and stay ahead of the automation curve. Finally, the monthly metrics review involves analyzing cycle time and flow optimization to break systemic bottlenecks. Let's discuss how to measure flow and value over output. You need to avoid vanity metrics such as hours logged on project, total lines of code written, total story points completed, or the number of features shipped. Instead, focus on DORA or outcome metrics like deployment frequency, lead time for changes, change failure rate, and mean time to recovery. Elite teams abandon volume-based tracking. They align engineering efforts strictly with business impact and cost of delay. The evolving career ladder emphasizes impact over syntax. Frameworks like the Dropbox and Spotify paths prioritize complexity of impact and collective outcomes over simple coding proficiency. The shift is from a legacy profile, focused on commodity framing, to an outcome-driven profile, focused on value creation framing. Professional platforms are now launchpads for quantifiable, results-oriented presences. The future pipeline points to outcome-based education, or OBE. This model uses the CDIO approach to move from traditional inductive learning to output focused on deductive problem-solving and real-world systems. The unstoppable strategic architect is defined by the overlap of technical craft, business outcomes, and AI leverage. The most valuable skills are those AI cannot replicate, such as sensing stakeholder demands and raising team morale. The goal is to navigate the uncomfortable reality that implementation is becoming a commodity and embrace the future of engineering. By adopting this new blueprint, engineers can redefine their role and impact in the AI era. Thank you for watching this video on the new blueprint for engineering in the AI era.